Hello Year 8, hope you're all well. So today we're going to be moving on to exercise 3H, which is finding a percentage and expressing as a percentage. So in example 1, we're going to be looking at the first part, which is finding a percentage. Now, the question is, when do you guys use percentages? So at school, we use percentages when we want to calculate our test scores. So for example, let's just say you got 20 out of 40 on a test. We do 20 divided by 40, and then we times our answer by 100. When we are working also with percentages, and when we're given a score, and we have to convert that to a percentage, we write the score as a fraction. Okay, so it's always the amount of points that I received, okay, divided by the total, then times that by 100, and that will give you a percentage. So let's have a look at these examples here. We'll start with the first example. It says, express each of the following as a percentage. 34 out of 40 and 13 out of 30. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to write this as a fraction. So, I'm going to use a different colour. So 34 out of 40 as a fraction would be 34 out of 40. Okay? Then, to convert that to a percentage, we need to times that by 100. So, times that by 100. And, using your calculator, you're going to type this in. So, you're going to go 30 divided by 40. 34 divided by 40. 34 divided by 40 equals, and then times it by 100, and you will get 85. So, my answer is 85%. Alright, B. 13 out of 30, you're going to write that as a fraction. 13 out of 30, and then you're going to times that by 100 in order to convert that to a percentage. So 13 divided by 30, and then times by 100, which will give you 43.33 recurring. Okay, so 43.3%. Okay, if we round that up to one decimal place. So, it's more about the process and understanding the method that you need to use in order to get your percentage. Okay, you are allowed to use your calculator. So, remember, write it as a fraction, times it by 100 to get your percentage. Alright, let's move on to the next example. So before we do that, I would like you to copy that down into your rules book. Alright, moving on to the next example. Alright, so now we're doing example 2. So here it says express 60 cents as a percentage of $5. So what you will notice, they've given us the amount in cents there, and they've given us the amount in dollars there. So it's not going to be 60 over 5. Okay, what you need to do is you need to convert both of them to dollars and cents. So if I was to write that as dollars and cents, okay, I would write that as 0.60, okay, $0.60 divided by $5, so it would be 5.00, okay. So I've written that there as a fraction. What do I need to do to convert it to a percentage? Times it by 100. So I'm going to times that by 100. I'm going to put that into my calculator. 0.6 divided by 5 times that by 100, and I will get 12%. Okay, so 12, and then put the percentage sign at the end. Alright, moving on to the next one. It says 2 kilometres as a percentage of 800 metres. Again, they've given us different units. So what we need to do is we need to convert them both to the same unit. So in this case, I'm going to choose to convert them both to metres. So this is already in metres. I'm going to convert this one to metres. So 2 kilometres is 2,000 metres. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to write that as a fraction. Now it says 2 kilometres as a percentage of 800. So it's going to be out of 800. So if it's going to be out of 800, 2,000 is going to go at the top. Divide that by 800 times that by 100. So we are going to get a value over 100. So we're going to go 2000 divided by 800 times that by 100, and we're going to get 250. So that's going to be 250%. Okay? So I would like you to copy that down into your rules book. And now we're going to be moving on to the next example. Okay, so moving on now to example 3. So what we're going to be doing in example 3 says find 25% of 128. So in the previous questions, we were given a fraction, or we were given a situation where we had to find and convert that fraction into a percentage. In this case, we have to find the percentage of a particular number. So when we are asked to find, for example, 25% of 128, what do we need to do? This is what we do. Whenever you're given to find the percentage of a number, the first thing that you do is you divide your percentage by 100. So we're going to divide 25 by 100. So we're going to write it as a fraction, 25 over 100. And then we're going to times it by 128. So that's the method that you use. Okay? So, your percentage amount, divide that by 100, times it by the number you're trying to find. You're trying to find 25% of 128. So it's 25 divided by 100 times 128. So over here, we do 25 divided by 100, so you should get 0.25. Yep, times that by 128, and you're going to end up with 32. Now, we don't put a percentage sign at the end of this because they want us to find how much 25% of 128 is. And it's going to be 32. Not 32%, it's going to be 32. Okay, that's how many 25% of 128 is 32 as a whole number. Alright, now 155% of 60. So what we do is we take our percentage, we divide it by 100, and then we times it by 60. Okay, put that onto the calculator, divide it by 100, press equals, and then times 60, and we get 93. Okay, remember, no percentage sign goes at the end of that number. Alright, so we're going to copy that down. Now, if you have any questions year 8, please come on Google Meet. Okay, I'm there every lesson, and I'm waiting for your questions. Okay, so make sure that you copy this down into your rules book, and I'm also going to be asking you guys to upload your exercises during this double period. Okay, alright.